Today's the day, Smith.
Completely normal class.
What just happened?
Nothing.
Very
They all
normal
look
class.
extremely suspicious in the hallway.
They are all extremely
Well, I looked down, I was like,
suspicious.
there's
Very
no one here.
normal
And I turned
class.
around and they were all
Just there.
walking over here
That's
in a
their
strange
MO.
manner.
They're gremlins, incredibly intelligent, but gremlins nonetheless.
What a very normal class.
That's fine. This is a pretty small class, isn't it?
It's only 8 kids, but only 7 today because it's
Six.
What was
Oh,
that?
Auburn's out too.
Where did that come from?
Where did it come from?
That just fell from the
So I
sky.
expect a lot out of a small group. Okay.
What the heck? I would love above that.
Use your butterfly.
Very normal class. We didn't even need 2 tables today.
Yeah, you really don't. You do need boards though. There's new Huggies for you. I bought you new Huggies.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Don't say I never bought you
I
anything.
have a bag of spinach to
Hey, you bought us
spinach. You
You're
did.
going to be pulled out of your pocket at a weird time like everything else.
No, I'm well,
Let it down.
on
Fly with the butter.
my finger.
Fly with the butter.
Ow. Are we doing things? Can we?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got to.
We're going to grade your homework. We're going to do your training, all the stuff.
Yay.
Sorry. The long way.
Gee, thanks.
It fell from the sky.
I take the pink.
Just like the other thing that one day.
Actually,
I
I
don't
took
remember
the
what it was.
Yeah, that's right. It's
You get your color.
Imagine if we brought in a cake for whatever.
So this is,
We don't have our.
this is the homework.
Yeah,
So your training to kind of explain what it even is. So your training in dictation, there's a couple of friends who are taking the AP test for music.
Is that just a bag of spinach?
And
Why do you have a bag of, what are you,
It's
what
a
are
bag of
you?
spinach, then where'd you get this?
We have my bag of spinach.
and a lot of it's because they have to sing on their own, like they get a piece
Is there
of
another
music
one?
Yes.
to-
Can I have it?
And you
Huh?
also
If you
have to
could
have
find
people
it.
play stuff.
Just
out.
not the red one.
Not the red one?
Are you in
So in order
turtle?
to get them ready for that, that's what we do. Usually takes about 15 minutes. But
See ya.
basically, they sit here, playing stuff like that, and they just be writing stuff down and getting bags of. Like I
I'm
said,
glad they're eating company.
Guys, look at
well, it's usually,
I got it.
they all bought like 10 bananas the last time, but they all, whatever.
It's brain food.
Yeah, you got new ones.
Okay, get your stuff. We need to go. We need to go. We got a lot of crap to do. Go quick.
We have Huggies.
I
There's new
know,
Huggies.
I know that now.
We're not poor anymore.
I say you even bought the name.
I'm gonna use
I
this
did.
because I went and got it. I'm gonna put my hard work to use.
Okay. I think that's 6, right?
I'm no using.
Broke this.
We haven't even got to it yet.
That's horrible.
The right?
Yes. Stop using your brain, Hayden.
Fun fact, I don't know how.
Okay, first one's gonna be in the key of B flat. We'll sing that here in a second. Doing a thing. Doing a thing. Actually, it's not in the key of B flat. Sorry, it's in the key of E flat. It's in the key of E flat. One, two, ready? One, two, three, four, five, six, 7 measures in 3/4.
7 measures.
7 measures in 3/4.
Oh, it's only 3/4.
Wait, 7 measures? measures?
3/4.
Would you like?
It's not as hard as it seems.
No, but it's probably just hold those.
Would you like a
Is
carrot?
that,
No, thank you.
is that 1, 2, 3?
I'd like to carry.
7 measures, E flat. Let's go.
3, 4.
Okay, key of E flat.
Major?
1,
Major.
2, 3, 1, ready, and.
Originality.
Hey, I haven't ripped anything off yet.
Yeah.
That's my first plagiarized melody, come on. It's only plagiarized if you know where it's plagiarized from.
Because I went and got them. not knowing where I got them.
You were thinking ahead before you knew they were Huggies.
I was thinking ahead before I thought at all.
1, 2, 3, 1, ready, and.
Yeah, that's. Thanks.
That's something. Or not for this also, but
Yeah, wait.
that's.
1, 2, 3, 1, ready, and. No bonus points if you know the rest of the melody. It's technically not the end of it.
What is the actual song?
We'll talk about it once we're done.
That was a choking.
Oh.
I pre-ordered over the weekend, so you know.
I'm good. It's fine.
Remember this song?
No.
Drowning in the Deep, Adele.
No.
What?
It's not that.
It's
I
not
did
that.
Rolling in the Deep. I already bought that. That's not what it is.
Oh.
You should do the
Fine.
Greta Van Fleet cover of it.
What?
It's a way better version.
Oh, really? You
Wait,
like it
there's
a lot?
I actually
do.
Greta
like
Van
it.
Fleet
I
cover
like
that?
Greta Van Fleet.
I wasn't a big
Good
fan of it. It wasn't bad, but you know, it's really strange that that's like the one song that they have ever covered.
It's a good song to cover. I mean, the original's a great song too.
They did a great job with it.
1, 2, 3, 1, ready, and. You'll get one more play after that.
Your shirt and tie give me the vibe of a gender reveal party. Isn't it all like pink and such? You're having a daughter. This is
Very
that's just
funny.
so uncalled for.
What did you say? I didn't hear you.
I said his tie and shirt give me the vibe of a gender reveal party.
Oh,
That's
it's pink.
As long as you don't say old California.
Oh, I know. I'm burning down. They can't stop me.
Go ahead and quote.
Great. All right, last play. 1, 2, 3, 1, ready, and. Okay, A major, next. One, two, ready, and. Woo, crunchy. Two measures, 4/4. Two measures, 4/4.
So it's an A major,
A major,
3 sharps.
A minor.
A major. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, it's 2 measures plus 1 beat. I
So
apologize.
it's downbeat. Good downbeat.
Downbeat?
Downbeat.
Which kind of says that it's wrong, right?
Is it?
Isn't it cheating,
Yeah.
Elijah, to have your circle face?
No, it's not cheating.
Oh, I don't know why I thought it was the whole time.
Using your resources.
It is using your resources. You can make one on the AP test.
I was about to ask, are you allowed to have one of these?
You can make
You
one.
can make it.
That's neat.
Yeah, you're not allowed to come in with anything, but as soon as you're in the room, you can generate whatever resources you want.
Handy.
So you can
Build a
just
piano right there.
like go through and, yeah, build a
Yeah.
piano, yeah. You can, make a circle of fifths, you can like write out all your triads, you can do whatever you want.
All 12 of them.
Okay.
What if I memorize every single chord and write every
That's kind of
single
what you
word?
do. Oh, 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and. I went slower this time,
Yeah.
Yeah.
so I wouldn't screw up as much.
There was a little slip in there though.
There was.
There
I don't know if
was.
I've ever seen someone just eat straight spinach.
I like this.
I'm proud of you. Thank you.
Do you have a pepper today?
No.
I do.
Yeah, didn't bring that
She
up.
gave one.
Although I have a big bag of pecans, look at this.
What?
Mine's, but
Usually he comes in with like literally a bell pepper, just. JC had red bell peppers on sale, 2 for $4. I thought of you specifically, Katie.
Oh.
But he didn't get you any.
I bought some for myself. Okay, 1, and 2, and ready, and go. And.
Okay.
okay.
There is a trick in there, but once you get the trick, you'll be all right.
Always a trick.
A major.
I didn't write that down.
This might be a hint.
Yeah. The rhythm stuff's messing me up. I think I have all the notes.
Yeah, the rhythm was weird for me too.
Yeah.
Rhythm's pretty easy. 1,
Yeah, but it's
and
just
2,
messing up the
and
thing. What are
ready,
you doing?
and go. Oh no. 1, and 2, and ready, and go. And.
Was that the last one?
No, you get 2 more. It's a long one, I'll give you 2 more.
Okay. Well, if all else fails, just write 8 notes the whole way down.
That's what I did. Okay.
1, 2, 3, and 4, and.
Okay, okay.
Anyone else have a day where your dyslexia is beating you?
We're what?
I forget the alphabet most of the time as well. Because I can't get past G and then I do it like E, G, F.
Dude, I've learned your age so many times.
I can't do the alphabet backwards.
I don't understand
Which is
people
why-
who can.
Z, Y, X, W.
1, and 2, and ready, and go. And. There you go.
Is that not different?
Weird.
Nope. It's not different.
Sing it, yeah.
Communicate.
You did Dwayne's weird singing.
What do you mean weird singing? Honey.
All right.
You're gonna
Is
talk
it
about
humming when you're?
2 measures, 4, 4.
Oh,
That's not even humming.
this is what I'm saying.
2 measures, 4, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
right? Smaller?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Is that loud enough? You want the mixed groove?
Yeah, bass boost that.
Bass boost, the distant monkey.
Maybe we'll detect a beat.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Not so distant
1,
one.
2, 3, 4.
He's closer. And he is angry.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we'll go
Oh, I think
12,
that's
8, 2 measures.
Whoa,
for
whoa,
the next
whoa,
one.
whoa,
We need one more
No.
of that.
Nope.
it. This is what I
Oh,
thought we were doing last
yeah,
time.
do you really? You need one more? Fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go.
Thank you.
Don't say I never got you. Besides the huggies.
Is there a downbeat or no?
Nope.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Bum, bum, bum.
12, 8. 2 measures, 12, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Really love that one.
I think I got it.
Is that run?
I think, well, I don't know. It's
One,
not- it's
2, 3, 4.
I wasn't gonna use that.
Yeah.
Bonus boards.
Yeah, run out of
1, 2,
Yeah.
3, 4. One more play. 1, 2, 3, 4.
There we go.
Right. Intervals. Should I be nice to you or not nice to you today?
Nice.
You should be,
I'm not
It's
gonna
not
hit them either way.
6.
after all the physical labor we just did for
It's
you.
true. This is a lot cleaner than you though.
Yeah, but.
Except for, just don't look over there.
Well, yeah, but that's
Yeah.
gonna be
Did you
pretty
smell
easy
the
to
ones on the ground?
No.
clean
I
up.
thought that's what that was.
Oh, again?
Hey, Snort wasn't DJ's favorite songs.
Never, never.
Why'd you
Why
put
don't
me
you
through
say
it?
the joke?
Yeah.
She said the joke. Why don't you do the punchline?
Freddie from saying what I was.
What?
Freddie from saying what I was going to say after you said punchline.
All right, here we go.
Are you being nice?
Does this smell like teaser?
Yeah, actually. Bum, 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 bum. That's the. Yeah, you're right.
I don't know what it is.
Isn't that key too?
Yeah.
I think so.
That-
That's
those
probably
are-
the only
those are
reason I
the
recognized it.
Interesting.
Hate this record.
I have no idea either, so I'm just gonna
Number the
put
next
it
one.
commonly used.
I don't know where that came from.
Yeah.
Can you play just the second one?
Number the third one.
Would you show your daughter Barbie?
What do you mean show them?
Like movie?
Watch this
class-
masterpiece.
I
Are
mean,
there Barbie
some of them
movies?
kind of are though.
Are there Barbie movies?
There's so many, there's like 30 or more.
It's news to me.
Emerson Loves Barbie.
Clearly.
No, there's a theory that like in the movies where she's called Barbie, that's her real life. In the movies where she's not called Barbie, that's her like movie style. Her in a movie.
Huh.
Like the
Number 4, by the way. I guess if she wants to, I guess.
Barbie's brainwashing our children.
there was a theory.
I can
that
say that
actually-
I've never seen a single Barbie movie in my life.
And that's
No,
why
I
I
haven't
can say that with confidence.
that's why you're normal.
Oh.
Alright, like the rest of us theory kids.
Chord qualities. Chord qualities. Here we go.
There's an old theory that because Barbie is skinny, would it affect young children? So that's why they're.
Why do you know so much about Barbie theory?
Because I have a friend.
Why do you know so
It's
much about Barbie
very-
theory and not music theory?
Wow.
It's aggressive.
I apologize.
Put
Well,
my-
right.
my-
Just
That's right, it's gotta be aggressive, otherwise it's not very good.
Number 2. Yes.
Well,
What are you looking for?
my binder.
I thought you were.
Never mind.
Smith, I might not have my homework now. Or any of my homework at
Didn't
all.
you just have it?
Yeah, I literally just had it.
We'll worry about that. in a
Oh, it's
second.
over here.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, I set it on the ground.
I hate it.
You would.
Number 3.
Dog.
Good.
You would be a golden retriever if you were a dog. Chris, or Smith, you would be a bulldog, I feel like.
How's your
I think-
dictation going there, Emerson?
Great.
No.
All right, last one.
Well, now I'm confused.
It's for you to figure out. Use those ears.
You're supposed to say it's for me to know and you find out. That's
No, he didn't say that because he doesn't know either.
yeah.
With the third one again?
Yeah.
Oh,
Did that help?
man. No? Not really.
It doesn't.
See, they go so well together.
Wait, maybe it did. Maybe it is.
I'm gonna take a guess.
Oh,
Sorry.
Oh.
I accidentally might have given you a hint there. I rolled it
Didn't help.
slightly.
It didn't help.
All right, A minor will be the key for the harmonic dictation.
Well, moving on.
Moving on.
Moving on. I was talking to myself.
It's all right.
You should be.
Nothing to
I think we all talk to ourselves. Aren't we all a little
Yeah.
bit crazy?
Okay.
I mean, everyone does.
Exactly.
That's what our conscience is.
I was writing down the thing.
okay.
Guys, the only way to observe our conscience is why. The only way to observe our conscience is by using our conscience to observe itself.
Okay, so there will be some inversions, and there might be something else in here
Can you
too.
help him?
Something else.
Are you going to name what that something else might be?
Nope.
Are we going to?
You're
Is
gonna
it
have
gonna
to.
sound like a donut 7 and actually not be?
Well, you're gonna have to find out. Depends if I can play it right or not.
I don't have high hopes.
You're heading for this coke discussion.
Finally.
Don't make it out.
Guys.
His last album, bad.
Who's?
Panic.
Oh, yeah. I was
I haven't.
Okay,
The
A
album
minor.
is
Let's
time,
sing it.
just like Maroon 5.
1, 2, ready?
Guys, the only way to
What was
observe
the
our
key?
conscience is by
A
using
minor.
it to observe itself.
What?
The only way to observe Yeah, but no one else heard me, so.
I heard.
1,
I heard.
2, 3, 4.
Oh. That's what I'm gonna
Is
say.
that all?
Yep. Only 6 chords.
That was six.
Oh,
6
5.
chords.
I'm gonna have to move this.
That was 6.
I
You played
heard
the same
four.
chord twice.
I heard four. Four over.
It changes a little bit.
That's what I don't want for these.
2, ready, and.
Is that? Is that a different? What?
That's not 5 chords?
I think one.
There are
of them-
6 chords. Some of them might be repeated. Who knows?
I honestly thought you messed up on one of them, and that's why I was like, pretty sure it wasn't four. So,
1, 2, ready, and.
That's something different.
That is 5.
Oh, did I skip one? Oh, I did skip one.
That's what you've been playing the whole time.
Oh, well then I'll change what I wrote then. That's fine. There, I did skip one. That's fine. There's only 5 chords in this one.
Trying to gaslight him.
I am trying to guess.
What?
I bet it was B7.
Probably. Maybe. From that face. No.
2, ready, and.
That's. That sure is something.
There's only 2 inverted chords?
I didn't say anything about inverted.
Okay.
I'll say this.
Bass line. One more time. Okay, last play.
I can't hear it. No, tinnitus. Sorry, tinnitus.
Correct. Tinnitus.
Why?
Do you want one more?
The
Yes.
simplest of
Can we
chords,
wait?
I can't figure it out.
2, last time. Oh gosh. The voice leading matters a lot on this one. The voice leading will help you if you're paying attention.
I can hear the lights ringing. It's starting to bother me.
oh, I can hear it too.
I don't know.
Okay, let's see how you did. What is it? What's the melody? Do you know it?
It's so familiar.
sounds
I
like
know.
a
Zelda's
song.
Lullaby.
That's what it is.
What is it?
Zelda's Lullaby.
Oh.
Specifically one from Ocarina of Time. I
I know.
pre-ordered Tears of the Kingdom, that's why.
Oh.
Okay, so what's the first note?
C.
C. It is C. It's in the key of E flat, right? First note is C.
Then why is it not, is it C minor
Oh,
then?
man.
You can make an argument for it being C minor, except for what happens at the end.
Yeah, yeah, that.
So, first note is C. What's this?
E flat.
E flat,
E flat.
B flat.
C. E flat. C flat.
So it does the exact same thing twice.
C. E flat. A flat.
Nope, good guess.
Is that
Make
just E
yourself-
flat again?
It's B flat.
B
It's a
flat.
high B flat.
I have that written. Why did I say E flat?
Then A flat, and the last note is E flat. So
My ears were not working for that one.
it's tricky if you want to call this C minor or if you want to call this E flat. In fact, heading towards the thing we'll be talking about in the next couple of days, you could make an argument for this having modulation in it. But We're not quite ready to talk about key changes yet, but this is sort of kind of a, yeah, Beyonce will be brought up as it needs to happen. So this last little pattern
Pretty cool.
would be 6, 1, 5, 4, 1 in E flat. So the whole thing, C, E flat, B flat, C, E flat, B flat, C, E flat, B flat, A, E flat. Anybody get it?
I got it. Yeah, kind of.
Get the rhythm? What was the rhythm?
1, 3, 1.
1, 3, 1. Yep. 1, 3, 1, 3, 1. Very easy rhythm. Okay, let's clap and count the next melody. Clap and count the rhythm. 1, 2, ready, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 1. Yeah, so full pile of eighth notes.
I got the rhythm, but I didn't get the notes.
Okay, so what's the first note? A.
C sharp.
C sharp, E, F sharp, good. G sharp, good. A, A, G sharp, good. F sharp, yeah, it is so, yeah, so is E, F sharp, E, it is, it's not me, it's fa,
Oh.
and then it ends on me. So it goes D to C sharp at the end.
Oh,
Fa,
no, I had it.
mi.
I just read it as me.
So, do, mi, so, la, ti, do, ti, la, so, fa, mi. Right? Anybody get that one all the way? Got it? Got part of the way? Okay. That was a really hard one.
Yeah.
The octave jumping in the end was, or in the
That's
middle
what I
of
couldn't
it.
get, but I
Yeah.
got like the arpeggio stuff.
I like how you said this like 2 weeks ago.
It's like,
Okay, clap and count the next rhythm. 1, 2,
what day is it?
3, 4. 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 3 and.
Where are
Yep,
we?
1 and 3 and.
That's why you thought it was a down, because it didn't come
Do it again. 1, 2 together and 1 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 3 and. Okay. 12/8 time. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 lolly, 2 lolly, 3, 4. 1 lead, 2 lead, 3 lolly.
1.
There's no 4.
Oh, I didn't even write the rest of it.
Wait, is 12, 8, 3,
It's
triplet
triplet.
feel and 4,
It's
4?
triplet 4. Yep. Compound, quadruple. You want to be all fancy about it.
I thought it was triplet 3.
I did
Triplet 3 is
9,
9/8.
Last class I
Three is
did the
9/8.
complete opposite of you, and I did 12, 8, and 9, 8.
This one was especially tricky because you could write it in 9/8.
Yeah, that's why I
And
was
it
like,
would
I was
have
like,
almost made sense in 9/8. But it isn't.
Wait, hang on, I gotta find where I
Ascending
put 'em.
P4. Ascending P4.
Gotta find where I
C
put
to F.
Yeah.
Next one was this.
'em. Minor.
ascending minor third.
Ascending minor third, G to B flat. No fair. Okay,
Descending perfect 5.
yeah, good. Descending P5, A to D. And the last one,
Descending minor
minor.
second.
descending minor second, E flat to D.
For release.
Indeed.
Yep.
Okay.
C minor.
C minor. It is. Yep, minor is all you needed, but it is C minor. Okay, this one was. Did I play this right? I hope so.
Sure hope so.
Yeah, I did.
Down 7.
It is dominant 7. Yeah, dominant 7. You might know what root?
Oh, A flat.
A flat, yeah. A flat. G's the G flat's the top note.
That was purple. F augmented.
Oh, yeah, that's F augmented. That's it. Did you get augmented?
Yes.
Get augmented?
I have a feeling I have the last one.
Okay, the last one is nasty. Let's see what you got. Let's see. Did I play it right?
There are 4 notes.
Oh yeah, there's 4 notes. Oh wait, I played that wrong. There it is, there it is.
G fully diminished. G fully diminished. No, half diminished. No, full dimension. I don't know. G.
G
He
full
just had a
diminished?
whole
You're right.
argument with himself.
It's G fully diminished. Okay, so this is a good opportunity to do the thing. It's good for your brains. Let's go back to this. What's this?
Major seven.
Major 7. Spell
Of what?
Well, what?
it. G.
G, B, D, A. G,
G, B, D,
B, A.
F sharp. Yep.
F sharp.
Okay, if we want to make this into a minor 7, what do we need to do? Or sorry, if we need to make this into a diminished 7, what do we need to do?
Lower
Lower
the
the
third.
seven.
Lower,
Third
oh sorry,
thing.
it said diminished, I meant dominant. If we make this into a dominant,
Lower the 7.
lower the 7, so it, spell it. F. Okay, if we want to make this minor,
Lower the
G, B
third.
flat,
Lower the
lower the 3rd, G, B flat, D, F. If we want to make this, yeah, right. Is this just fantasy? Okay, if we want to make this diminished, half diminished 7, what do we need to lower?
Lower the five.
third.
Lower the 5, spell it.
G, B flat, D flat.
D flat, F, that's a half diminished 7. If we want full diminished 7,
The seven.
F, G, B
flat,
D
D
flat,
flat.
F flat.
F flat, yes. Yep, that's what it was. Good. Okay, chord progression time. What's the one chord? Or what's the first chord? The one chord, yeah. So here's the first fun little game. G what though? G major, so what is this?
It's the 7.
It's a 7, right? What diatonically do you expect to be the 7 in major? Or sorry, in minor, what should it be?
It's not diminished.
It's not diminished. What is 7 diatonically in minor? Major, yeah. So this is just a regular old 7, right? Okay. F what? Major, which is what? It's 6, yeah. And it's supposed to be a major and a minor, right? Now here's the goofy one. It is technically like F augmented, but it's not F augmented.
Is Neapolitan.
It's not a Neapolitan. What would a Neapolitan be in the key of A minor?
The second.
What? It would be B flat major, right? It's the major flat 2,
Yeah.
right? This ain't that.
I just
Any
wanted
roller?
to
Is it French?
It's not French.
Is it German?
It's not German.
It's
It's
Italian.
Italian. It's
Just
the other
gets
one.
every single chord that ever
So,
exists.
what is Italian in A minor? What's the Italian in A minor?
Flat 6.
So, what is the flat 6 in this case?
E flat. No.
It's F. Yeah, it's F. Then what's the next note up would be
The root.
the root, and then what is the
Sharp 4.
sharp 4?
D. No. C.
What was the key signature?
A major. Oh, you know what? I played this wrong. It's supposed to be this. It is. It's well. It's
is why
F
you're
augmented.
leaving.
But I played it wrong. Huh?
This is why you're leaving, isn't it?
No. I'm not leaving. It's supposed to be this note. It's supposed to be a D sharp. I played a C sharp. It's supposed to be a D sharp. It is an Italian augmented 6 though, and that means the last chord is that. What is the last chord? 5. So what does it end on? Yep, ends on E major. What kind of cadence would that be then?
Perfect.
Well,
Not perfect.
it's a
Imperfect.
7. No.
Not deceptive.
Half?
Half. It's a half cadence.
Freaking
If it ends on a 5, it's a half cadence. What does Italian do? What is Italian's function? Or all the augmented 6 chords? What are their functions? It's a big pile of lasagna. What do they do? How do they function?
Wait, say that one more.
What do augmented 6 chords like French, German, and Italians do?
There's all the fives.
Yeah, they're predominant. They lead into the 5, so it makes sense that this would lead into the 5. Here, I'll play it right for you now that I screwed it up. Yeah, that would have made it a lot easier.
That sounds okay.
It does
More
sound
normal.
It does sound more normal that way. I'm sure my evaluation will reflect my lack of playing D sharp instead of C sharp. Make sure it's in the notes. Okay, how'd you do overall?
Overall,
I'm not
Are you all right?
overall.
So we probably need to have a quiz coming up soon on this stuff, so prepare your souls for what is coming. Okay, friends, get your homework out because we got to go through all this stuff today. It's going to take a bit.
Oh,
Oh, man.
Looks like you fought valiantly about this one.
What? No, I didn't.
It's a lot of scribbling.
Oh,
Excellent.
no.
Oh, I just.
My homework has been written.
Well, I tried to put the parentheses around them so that I would know not to try and write those out.
Oh,
instead
so
of not-
you made your non-core tones. That's
Yeah, so if not, because then if, so I would have put it in the thing, I'd been like, I don't know
That's a smart way to go. Oh, you analyzed it. You did the hard part. So that means you gotta do the opposite homework tonight then. So you need to do the lead sheet instead of the analyzation.
Oh, man.
Cool.
Did you look at mine?
Oh, I skipped it. I'll come back to it. Okay. You have a hard time there, but it's okay. Okay, good. Looks like all of you fought hard about these. So let's, yes, we're gonna have to go through every single chord and argue about them. Do you want to do the string quartet first, or the clarinet thing first?
String quartet.
The string quartet was pretty easy, so let's start with that one. Okay. First off, I assume all of you cheesed the alto line and wrote in the notes above the alto clef stuff for the
Yeah.
viola, because that's what I would have done. Don't trust yourself on the string quartets. So anytime I see a string quartet thing, I always just go through and write all the notes in with them before I even start. And you should do the exact same, because it's really easy when you're distracted by all the other chords and analyzation stuff, to look at that and just consider it to be either alto or a treble or more often bass clef. I read alto clef all the time like it's bass clef, and
That's what I understood, because it's very
Also
similar.
clef is for viola, right?
it's for viola and other weird, horrible
Kaden,
instruments.
what are you doing with Kaden? Another one, I already have one.
So much for the healthy snacks.
Healthy snack.
Okay.
It's his cheat day.
So, what is that very first chord? What did you write down as that very first
G
chord?
minor
over B flat.
G minor over B flat. So let's see, so if it's G minor, what notes would we expect to see?
G,
B
G,
flat.
B flat, D. Do we have lots of G's, B flats, and D's? Okay. And is there a B flat in the bass?
Yes.
Yes, there sure is. So that is that is B flat, sorry, G minor over B flat. So what inversion symbol would that be? If we were doing Roman numerals, we're not, but if we were, what would it be?
1, 6, right?
Well, yes, it would be a whatever 6.
Well, I
We're not
said
gonna say-
1.
Well, it might be a 1,
I say it's
but we're not talking about Roman numerals yet, so let's wait and see. Okay, so what about the second chord on beat 3?
C minor.
Okay, if it's C minor, what would we expect to see?
C flat, G.
Uh-huh.
Wow, this is really looking like.
Yeah,
No, it goes on.
It does strongly imply a thing, I agree. Okay, what about the second measure, that thing with just the first violin?
No.
It goes doo-doo,
Not
doo-doo,
quite.
doo-doo.
Sorry.
A flat.
Does that imply anything?
Um,
There's a trick to this,
where's
because it
my-
kind of does. And I would suggest that it does, especially. So, very often in music, where are the important notes going to be placed?
On the,
On the beats,
Is that
right?
just a G?
So what if you just took the notes that land on the beat? So what notes do you have on the beat?
E
E
flat.
flat,
C.
C,
and
A.
and
A.
A.
I think
Are you
that's a-
serious?
I think that's a,
It's not A.
What would that be?
That'd be an A.
wait, what?
It's a thing, what is it?
Can you repeat what
That's-
the notes are?
Well, it's the first note, so it's the big beats.
Oh,
Yeah.
So E
E
flat,
flat.
C, A.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
so did you go by the first notes or the second notes?
Well, so usually, so we'll talk about this, but usually the notes that are on the beat take priority, right? That's what your ear is going to hear as being the main
Yeah,
note.
but isn't it resolving down to,
You can make that argument, yes.
because G minor makes more sense to me.
Well, but that's the, remember, art, and we get to fight here. But I'm gonna make an argument for the primary notes being on the beat. Let's analyze what that would be first, then we can fight about it.
Okay.
So E flat, C, A flat. What kind of triad is that?
That's
It's diminished. And it's A diminished. Okay, so I'm going to write over here on top of mine A diminished. And I would invite you to do the same. Now, Elijah, fight. What do you think it is?
G minor.
Why do you think it's G minor?
The bottom notes are G minor.
Or G minor, yeah. And they are. It's D, B flat, and G. So you could make the argument if we wanted to only hear notes that are on the and of 2, the and of 3, and the and of 4 as being outlining a G minor. I don't think that's what our ears are going to hear, but if you want to fight that out, sure. Now, if, let's just say if this thing happens to be the key of G minor, which we don't know yet, what would A diminished be? The 2. Is it diatonically the 2?
Yeah.
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 This is in my phone.
What would G minor be?
This is the one.
It'd be the 1. Yeah, it would be the 1. So this is sort of interesting. You've actually got kind of both chords happening at the same time, right? You sort of got an A diminished laid on top of a G minor. It is cool. Now, are our ears going to hear either one of those? I don't know. We'll have to, once we analyze this, we'll go back and listen to it, and you can tell me what you hear it as. But I would write down both of those possibilities. Did you write down anything? Did anybody write down anything for measure 2, or did you just
I
ignore it?
hadn't before.
I saw there were 2 notes, I was like, oh, that can't be a chord.
I did warn you that melodies can outline chords, and in this case, they kind of do.
I see.
Okay.
Yeah.
What about beat 1, measure 3? What we got?
G7?
D. Okay, what would we expect to see if it was D major?
Oh, I meant to say 7. I have 7 here too.
You have D7. Okay, what would we expect to see if it's D7?
D, F,
Sharp.
A,
A.
C.
C. Okay. What's that alto part playing down there? What note is that alto in? It's a D. So it's just mirroring the bass. So that's a chord. Yep, I agree. It sounds like a D dominant 7. What is D dominant 7? Maybe, implying maybe. Because anytime you've got a dominant 7, remember, it really tonicizes something. What will we expect to hear next if that's really a D7?
G.
Probably a G minor, right? Maybe a 6. If it's 6 if it's a what? If it's a 6, if it's a D7 followed by an E minor, say.
Oh, that would be secondary dominant.
Not a secondary dominant. What kind of cadence?
Oh.
Not a half cadence.
Deceptive.
A deceptive cadence. If that's what happens. Hey, what's that chord on B3 of measure 3?
B flat minor.
E flat minor. Okay, what would we expect to see in E flat minor?
G flat, G flat, G flat.
G, B flat. Yeah, and we've got all those notes,
Wait.
right?
E flat major or minor?
What do you tell me?
That sounds
Well, that's E flat major.
E flat,
B flat.
G, and B flat, right? Yep, that's all E flat. So, looks like we got ourselves a deceptive cadence here, right? That's E flat major. Cool. All right. Next chord. Did you analyze the chord in the measure of rest for everybody?
Yeah.
Okay, excellent. What do you got?
C minor, half.
Oh my.
It's A flat.
Yeah, anyways.
Okay, what's the bass note?
G.
What's the viola?
so
yeah.
goofy.
C,
C.
Oh. Oh yeah,
What's
lyric.
the second violin?
E flat,
E.
E flat. What's the first violin?
A
A
flat.
flat.
So.
What is that?
let me do
A flat 6.
Yeah, it's an A flat major in first inversion, right? A flat major, A flat, C, E flat. So it's an A flat major over C.
Yeah, I don't.
A flat over C. Oh, hi there.
It's not Friday.
You sent me the calendar.
Dr. Barry?
Yeah. Is it?
The neck is loose on
I told you when the screw came out. Like
it. The screw's not a
months
problem,
ago.
but once that breaks loose, the seal in the next one is gonna leak.
Okay.
It's not serious, but it's something
Then you can-
not can do.
I'm sorry I wasn't here on Friday.
No, no,
Did you take a look at that alto?
I did, it should be good.
Thank you very much. I
Yeah, it
appreciate
should be good, yeah.
it. Is it exciting?
I don't think so. I'm getting band recruited.
Yeah.
Sign up.
Had enough?
I'm being beckoned back to the office.
Oh, okay. Thanks for being here. Have a good day.
Have a good day, guys.
So,
Yeah, finally letting loose.
Yeah, exactly. Now the chaos begins to come out.
That was killing me.
Jokes about not having a father.
Yay. So
They're starting interviews next Tuesday. Yeah, 4 candidates. I know 2 of them. Yeah, 2 of them are, well, one is an IUS person.
Reagan
One of them is a UE
Yeah.
person
Yeah.
who went to Borden and marched with us
I remember, yeah,
for a couple of years.
Yeah.
Actually, I
They
like
did their
Spanish a
student
lot, though, too.
teaching, or they're doing their student teaching at my alma mater, Evansville North. But they're going through U of E's program, but let me tell you, U of E's program isn't what it used to be.
It's focusing on Chris for some reason.
See how all that works
I
out.
don't know why it's focused on you. Hi, Chris.
Has it been unfocused this entire time?
They're,
Focus on the Smith.
and
Yeah.
then there's a couple of.
Nope.
They're all pretty cool.
You didn't share any of your own fine.
Well, the one person.
I literally did.
Fresh out of
I
college.
think I did. I did.
Oh, I heard you saying my name, but I didn't know you wanted some.
Yep.
It can't see you at all. It cannot see you at all.
And then they kissed.
It seems like a bad idea.
I never actually ate it. It's still in my backpack.
That's Mr. Smith right there. We just got evaluated.
We just got ready.
We got evaluated.
Also, I have your pecans in my car.
There he goes.
Yeah. Yeah.
We cleaned up in here.
31 weeks.
Check that out. That's a lot of paper right there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We're in vague danger zone right now. I made sure that Shelly's really bad about keeping her phone
That's
on
Rebecca
her.
Caden's head right there.
It's like, you really need to have your phone with you, like every day, because like, if
Kristen
something happens,
Popoff
you
says
know,
hi.
and
Are you-
drop everything and get out there.
What? I'm making a documentary.
I ate them on the way.
But it's gonna be something.
Smith continues to talk.
You must have a tolerance.
Krista Popoff begins to take some photos
Oh,
in
hey,
his natural
Chris, we can go to the
habitat.
berry.
Really bad thing. I think it's
Oh,
chicken.
now he's
Thank you.
leaving.
Oh, my mom.
Since
Well,
we're
that sucks.
fixing it.
I'm gonna look at your camera.
To be fair.
Oh, no. See. Actually, when it's done, I'm gonna tell
This
her.
autofocus is
Oh,
insanely
this way?
impressive.
Like, literally 10 minutes into the class.
wow, great.
Nobody-
Well, that means
She's
there's no
sitting
problem.
there like,
Pep band is done now.
Oh, because you didn't come in.
No, because he's always on.
And
To be fair, I did tell you when that screw disappeared.
He was in the window and he started shaking.
fine,
whenever he has
I
his
accept.
hands.
But once that comes out, it doesn't matter.
And nobody saw it but me.
No, I didn't say you.
No, I know, I just.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Take care, sir. Be
I think he spotted me. Oh
So,
no. Oh no.
They like come in here, right? He was in the window.
Whoa.
Just FYI.
How long was he there?
For like 2 seconds, and he had like, I think he had the tire wheel in his hand, and he just started shaking it at the window. And nobody saw
Thanks for
it.
at least mildly behaving
We stayed
yourselves.
calm the whole time.
Seriously.
I could tell you were just.
I really wanted to throw carrots at you.
No, Dad!
I assume though it's still gonna be like, that class is really weird and there's a bunch of weird kids.
I
Yeah.
genuinely wanted to throw carrots at you though. Like I was really tempted.
To what?
I wanted to throw carrots.
Just so you
Oh,
wanted to see what I would do.
Literally had to refrain myself from
Okay.
saying punchline and punch you in the face. At Christopher.
Alright, so we've got A flat over C. We actually still need to finish this.
Do we?
We were getting so much done. It was going so well.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is the last chord in the last line?
Levi.
I'm returning
Like,
the tires.
it's
Thank
the
you for letting me. Thank you for letting me use them in my Pearl Harbor presentation.
I wish
You're
that
very
had happened
welcome.
before the
I should have come in for during the evaluation. Like I have your
I
tires.
used them in my Pearl Harbor presentation. Before Pearl Harbor, after Pearl Harbor.
No, that one would be like.
Mr. Barnes loved it though. He said I was only going to give you 10 points extra credit, but I'm going to give you 15 because it was so thought
How
out.
much extra credit?
last chord in the last line of the first part? Okay, so if it's D major 7, what would we need to have?
F sharp, A, C sharp.
C sharp.
Is there an A in here?
Yeah.
Where?
It's in the viola.
It is in the viola, yeah.
Yeah.
And where's the 7? What would the 7 be?
I don't know where I got the 7. I just figured it out. I don't know.
I don't see a 7. There's no 7.
Okay, I didn't just have D.
But there is D major though,
Yeah, anyway.
right? It's root position D major. Okay. Next line. Next line.
B natural.
B natural.
Minor. Or
Okay.
G minor, fully diminished.
All right. So what's the cello part?
Oh, is it?
B. What's the viola part?
B natural.
B. What's the second violin?
D.
D. And we got 2 notes in the first violin.
G and F.
G and F.
I don't think you can.
So what is
No,
this?
you can't.
This is
C flat minor.
Nope.
7.
It's really spread out, but it's not a B natural. Well, there's no B flat in here, so it can't be B flat.
Why G minor?
It's not G minor, but it is G major.
Oh, that's probably right.
G, B, D, F. It's G dominant 7 with a B natural in the bass.
Okay.
So it's G major 7, or G dominant 7, G7 over B. Okay?
Oh, Chris, was that why you were making that face whenever we or before I was walking up?
All right, what is-
I saw her like in front of the door and I turned around and I was like.
I saw it too, and I was just like,
Okay.
I have no idea that was Miss Oliver.
I didn't know
But I
She's-
used you to that
For
value.
letting
That's
me know,
all I
Christopher.
know.
She's
Yeah, but it just is a ball.
fine. She's very funny, so I don't think it's gonna. She has a good sense of humor, I should say. So I think it.
Better than Mr. Lucy.
He also has a sense of humor. It's just very
He's
different.
scary.
No,
scary.
he's not
Fine.
scary.
He scared me.
He just has
intimidated.
a different sense of
You like interrogated
me
Kate.
the other day.
About what?
Because I told Nigel that I saw kids vaping in the bathroom and Miss Miller overheard, so she
Levi.
emailed him in the office. And then I had to go down there and talk to him about it.
Reagan.
Did you narc on him?
Well, I didn't know their names, so I couldn't really say, but you know, they can just check the cameras when I walked in and
And see who was walking in there before you. Yeah.
who walked out after me.
Oh, I bet those
Okay.
guys are mad.
So what is the beat 3 chord?
Were they like,
After the G7 over B natural, what's the next chord?
So,
C minor? C minor?
there's an
C minor?
There's not an A.
E flat, G.
Yeah, C, you can
C,
That's it.
yeah. And then basically yes, that is a C minor.
7. I'm just kidding.
There's no 7, just C minor.
C minor augmented.
A. It's a C.
It is.
What if we just started shouting out throwing it?
Okay, so we've got a measure of rest. We're almost there, you monsters. Let's finish this up. What is the
G
next?
minor.
A flat diminished.
A flat diminished.
Uh-oh.
The whole notes, the first whole notes there at the bottom.
D.
D,
G.
G, B,
Flat. D.
flat, yeah, D. Okay, so what is that?
G minor.
It's G minor over
So
D.
6.
Yep. So it's G minor over D. Over D. Okay, then the chord after that.
Yeah, D7. No, just D.
D, F sharp, A,
D.
D. Which is just D. Right? Something
It
is
almost
happening.
smells Daft Punk.
Are you serious right now?
Okay, then the last measure, what is the beat 1?
So it's a G minor.
Okay, so let's fight about this a little bit, but let's spell it from the bottom. What's the cello note? G. What's the viola note?
Or G.
That's G. Yeah. Then what's the second violin? B flat. Then what's the first violin note?
G's. All G's all
G.
around.
Okay. So what are we missing if this was going to be a full voiced something?
I'm missing my dad.
The fifth. What would the fifth be? If this
Missing my-
D. Is there any place where we can find a D?
Yeah.
Where?
The triplets.
In the triplet. So
You
if
can
the
actually read it, too.
if you count the first triplet as a chord tone and the third triplet in the first beat as a chord tone. What does that make the two triplets in the middle, in the second violin?
So they're passing?
They're passing tones. Yeah, they're non-chord tones and they're both passing tones, which is absolutely what's going on there. And that is a G minor.
And it just kind of prolongs it all the way down.
It does. So what about beat 2?
So we must
What's
be
our-
in the key of G minor.
What's our cello note?
G.
G. What's the viola note?
Bye. Sorry.
B flat. Yeah. Okay. And then what's the note up there? Yep. So it's still G minor, so we don't need to write anything. And then what's the very, very last note? There's no cello, so what's the viola note?
B flat.
B flat. What's the second violin?
D.
D. Then we have 4 notes, a quadruple stop on the first violin.
But it's G.
G,
Flat.
D, B flat, G.
I have a question.
Yes.
So on the last note.
Yeah.
For second violin
Uh-huh.
and viola.
Yep.
What is
It's a
dash
tremolo.
and the
It's
Oh,
a tremolo. They,
so-
they want that just to be bowed really fast. You can't really do it on an
Well,
instrument
no,
besides a string instrument, but
Yeah.
it's,
So,
you play that one note and you just saw at it.
would it like be played in like a one all the feel, or would it?
It's, yeah, if you were gonna break it down, you
Because
would
that's
feel
how
it.
that's how I see it as a percussionist. Like it looks
Right.
like one all the
It's a very similar idea to how rolls are written out,
Yeah.
right? Except it's with bowing, but it's the same idea.
Bow.
Right. Now, the last chord is technically a what? It is G minor, but it's G minor
First inversion.
in first inversion, yeah, over B flat. Because in the bass, the viola is only got that. It's also worth noting too, just a quick technique thing. So you'll notice that the first violin has multiple spots where they play 2 or 3 or even that last note 4 notes at a time.
Yeah.
That is like a really extreme technique because violin bridges are different than guitar bridges. Because guitar bridges are flat, right? So you can pick all 6 notes at the same time, no problem. But violin bridges are really steeply curved so that each of the strings is on a different plane. That's why you see violin players have to lift the bow because they're aiming for different strings.
Yeah.
So if you want to play 2 string, it's not so bad because you can just kind of angle it a little bit so you're hitting both strings. 3 strings is pretty crazy because you now have to press into the strings in order to get the bow to hit 3 strings at once and push through the curve of the bridge. 4 at once is psychotic.
We gotta do a whole.
Well, on the bow, you have to push enough pressure on the bow to hit all 4 strings at once over the curve of the bridge.
That would ruin your instrument and your bow.
Well, you have to be really precise and really strong to do it. And you end up almost certainly sort of rolling it too. So you end up with a kind of one of these. So it's kind of like rolling a chord on piano.
Right.
Because it's only possible to do that on certain chords. And one of those happens to be G minor. Because you can reach all 4 of those notes with your fingers. And remember, there's no frets on a violin. So you have to have all 4 of your fingers precisely placed in order to make that sound in tune. So doing multiple stops like that on a violin is super hard, like way crazy hard. On a guitar, that's like literally nothing. But on violin, that is like, oh my God, you're a prodigy.
Violin like guitar. Can you like strum it?
Oh, can you yeah, you can strum it. It doesn't
Ring.
work the way you want it to because it's very pizzicato, so it's very plunky, 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 plunky,
Like a
plunky.
ukulele.
Right. So it doesn't sound particularly good, but you can play it like that, yeah.
Also, are you sure it's not G minor?
I said G minor, didn't I?
I mean, like, are you sure the whole thing's not G minor?
Okay, let's talk about analyzation of this one. So, since this one was pretty easy, we can analyze this one all together. So, what key seems to be pretty strongly implied? So, let's just pretend that this is in G minor. Let's go through and talk about what the chords would be. So, what's the very first chord then?
G minor.
It's not, well, yes, but what is it Roman numeral?
Oh, 1.
Not just a 1.
A 1
A
6.
1 6, okay? So, a 1 6, what would the next chord be, the C?
5. 4. 5? No, 4, yeah.
You need a 4 chord, okay? Which in G minor, what are 4 chords, minor or major?
Major.
They're minor.
Major.
They're minor, so it's a minor 4 chord, which makes
I'm
sense.
just shouting out wrong answers.
Now, the next chord, if it were an A diminished, the way I think it is, then it would be the 2 diminished. If it's G minor, the way Elijah thinks it is, then it would be a 1 chord.
Yeah.
We can listen to it here in a second to find out what we think it is.
Could it be both at the same time?
It can be, yes. It can be, it
What if
can,
it's neither?
and it can be neither. Yeah, you could just say that there's no way to analyze this because there's not enough information, even though I'm pretty sure it's A diminished. Then what would the D7 be?
D is, it's 5.
5, 7, right?
I almost said D7.
Then what would the E flat major be?
6.
Major 6, yeah, so that's a deceptive cadence right there. Spicy nougat. Then A flat over C, that's interesting. What is A flat over C?
That would be, oh, that's weird.
A 4?
So, kind of, let's see, how do we voice this?
Is it a 5-7 or something?
So what would A flat major be in the key of G? It would be the 2, but what are 2 chords supposed to be in the key of, huh?
Diminished.
They're supposed to be diminished. Is there an A flat in the key of 2, or in the key of G minor?
No.
So this is pretty unusual. So what could it be?
It's a 5-7 or
It's
something.
not.
It's a 5-7 in my brain.
It's not a 5-7, because there's no 7. It's just a 5.
5.
This is one of those special chords that we've talked about. Can you figure out what it is? Christopher Emerson, can you figure out what it is?
Got our answers.
You've seen this. Think about it. What is A flat in the key of G minor?
Oh, there's a.
Neapolitan.
It's a Neapolitan. Yeah, it's a Neapolitan. It's a major flat 2, and it's in first inversion. Remember, Neapolitan chords are almost always in first inversion. So that's an N6 is what that is.
As a Roman number.
So the Roman numeral for it is an N6. Neapolitan chord, and then it goes to D major. What is D major in the key of G minor?
5.
5, yeah. Easy.
5.
Neapolitan chords, remember, are also predominant chords, so that makes sense to have a Neapolitan heading into the 5 chord. Okay, then we've got G7 over B. What is that? This one's pretty spicy because it's a G7.
It's gonna be a 5 or 4.
It's a 5-7 of 4. You got it. It's a 5-7 of 4. Remember, these always stick out because they look like,
N6.
huh?
Is it N6? 5, 7, and 4, and second.
Well,
first.
we haven't talked, no, sorry. There's only one Neapolitan chord, and we already talked about it. It's the A flat over C.
Yeah.
So the G7 over B natural is not an N6. No.
Really? No, I'm not saying N6. Is it 5, 7 of 4?
It's a 5-7 of 4, yeah.
But then 6.
Well, yeah, we're gonna talk about that here in a second. So that's what's a little bit unusual about this. So remember that secondary dominants stick out a lot because they have accidentals in them, and this one does. But they're also weird because they will be dominant 7 versions of the 1 chord, right? Especially if they're a 5 of 4, like this one is.
Yeah.
So that's a 5-7 of 4, but it's actually in first inversion, so it's a 5. What is the inversion symbol for 7th chords? First inversion is what?
It's 4, 5, 5, 3. No.
No?
It's not 4, 3, is it?
It's one of the 6 ones, isn't it?
No, that's for.
4, 2?
No,
It's not
that's
4-2, that's third inversion.
4, 3 is.
It's
fifth.
second, is the 5th in the
Yeah.
base, yeah. So what is the inversion symbol for a first inversion 7th chord?
5, 2,
Almost, but no.
5,
4.
6-5.
Oh.
6-5.
Oh.
5-6-5 of 4.
So 5, 7 of 4, 6, 5.
So it's a 5-6-5 over 4. Or 5-6-5 of 4.
But the 7.
What about the 7th? The 7th is implied if you have a 6-5 there. Because 6-5s are only for 7th chords
Just write a bunch of numbers.
5, 6, 5.
of 4. And then what is C minor in the key of G minor? Yeah, it's 4. So we got our 4 chord. Wow. It's crazy. And then the G minor over D, what's that?
It's a 1, 6, 4.
It's a 1-6-4. Uh-oh, we're doing the thing. And then what's a D7?
5, 7.
That's a 5-7. 1, 6, 4, 5, 7. And what's the last one?
1.
It's basically all just a 1.
1.
And sure, you can say it's a 1, 6 at the end, but it's really just a 1. So this makes perfect sense. There's only really two kind of weird chords. There's a Neapolitan chord, which is going to stick out like crazy. And then there's the secondary dominant, the 5, 6, 5, or 4.
Is there a Neapolitan chord on the back too?
There is a Neapolitan.
Okay, because I think I found it.
Cool. Let's listen to this string quartet again. Now that we've analyzed it, let's see if you can have an idea of what's going on with it.
As is often the case, the Neapolitan is reserved for particularly dramatic themes.
In particular.
I'm not.
Yes, you are. Smith, there's some pretty crazy stuff going on out there.
Better go check.
Ready?
Patient with
I really
confidence
don't want to
to get your
involve
teeth
myself
on
where
Tomfoolery is happening out there.
Already 5 seconds. Grammarly makes all the difference in your professional success.
Oh, goodbye to tomfoolery.
Honestly, anybody. Not my problem.
Wow.
Beautiful.
That was-
Beautiful string quartet.
Neapolitan.
That was it, right?
Yep. So, did you hear the Neapolitan chord? It's a little bit spicy.
I've definitely heard that in movie music before. Music points out.
Yeah.
I never realized it was a Neapolitan.
All right. Here it comes. Now.
Indiana Jones.
So, really, the question, do you think that you can hear any chords? Can you hear any chords when that first violin is doing that stuff in the second measure?
No.
I can't really either, right? So, it doesn't really matter if we can analyze them as being something or not. It just goes by so fast, it probably really doesn't matter. And that's an okay answer, by the way. So if I were writing this, if I were the one who's analyzing this, and this was like the AP test, I would have probably done A minor, A diminished, and G minor, and have both of them written down there, but put both of them in parentheses, and then have written off to the side, can't really tell, or can't hear it. But just there, so you're like, I've analyzed them, but in reality, I don't think it matters. So remember that this is art, okay? And just because we can accurately describe everything that's going on chord-wise, it's still just music, it's still art. And so it's not
Done with that.
always important to have the correct answer,
But I'm right.
but that's fine. Now, do you think this is interesting, that you can now go through and analyze the actual music to see what they were thinking when they wrote this?
That's pretty cool. That's pretty sweet red.
Because literally, this is what Schubert was thinking when they wrote this. Like this, they had this chord progression in mind when they wrote it this way. And you can kind of tell that that's how they had this in mind. What about this especially makes it obvious that they must have been thinking chords?
Well,
Yeah.
because
Yeah, they're just stacked, right? They're just like literally stacked chords. They're not doing like multiple lines at the same time. The string quartet is playing the exact same things at the same time. It's very clear that they're thinking vertically and not horizontally. And when you're thinking vertically like that, you have to be thinking chords. And the only way to make sure that it sounds correct is to know what chords you want. And the only way to do that is to have them essentially written out, like analyzed. Which, now you see it, sure, it might be like, oh, this isn't that hard, right? Like, it wouldn't be that hard to write something with this same chord progression and it sound like that. And in a way, it's not. The trick isn't so much coming up with interesting chord progressions as much as it's making art out of them, making them more than just a series of chord progressions. Right? How do you voice it on the instruments? How do you move from one chord to the next? All that kind of stuff. Thoughts about this process?
Pretty neat. Otherwise, brain break? What?
Has this entire thing just been a brain break?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. We can get a brain break before. So here, I guess we should talk about this. Now that we've done this, do you want to go through all the chords on this side, on the clarinet side?
It depends on what we're doing next.
Well, your next homework is to do all the Roman numerals for this side.
yeah, I think we
Not the back,
But-
only the.
Well, we
What are
just
we
did the
doing
Roman
after
numerals on this
after
one.
in class?
What do you mean? This was the homework. This is the homework for today, again.
Okay.
So we can go through and check your lead sheet and make sure that your lead sheets are correct. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, then we'll do that. I'll give you a couple of minutes of brain break.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think my lead sheets are like correct on this.
That's okay.
Because I have a B fully
That's
diminished
why I wanted to do the string quartet one first, because the clarinet one is a lot harder.
The B fully diminished 7.
I don't know that. Oh, yeah, I have that actually.
You?
My battery's almost dead. Okay, I'm going to turn this off, Kylie and Aubrey. You can do the clarinet one on your own. I believe in you. Bye-bye.
Oh,